So today I've got for you the all new Volkswagen Tiguan. This is a brand new car. Volkswagen Tiguan is one of their most popular sellers. Globally, it's a bestseller for them. They sold, I think, over 7 million of these. It's really popular in this segment. And this is the all new, brand new version. It's on sale now here in the UK. Now, I'm on a media test drive day. I don't have long with the car. So what I'll do is I'll have a look around the car. We'll look at the practicality. And of course, we're going to take it for a drive. I will give you some of the specs just quickly, but I'll put all of the spec information on the screen. So this particular one is a Tiguan Life 1.5 eTSI 150 PS 7-speed DSG. So basically that's 150 brake horsepower thereabouts, 9.1 seconds 0 to 60, 130 miles per hour. It's a turbocharged mild hybrid version. So the starting price for these, or the price for these actually I should say, is just over £36,000. Now this one's got a few options on it. So this one's actually £37,875 for the Tiguan. What else can I tell you about the Tiguan itself? Well, the Tiguan itself is about 30 millimeters longer now, and inside it's got the 10.2-inch instrument panel. We'll look at that once we get inside. The gear lever, and you'll see that once we're inside, has been moved. That's interesting. And there's a driver experience switch. What is that? I'll try and explain once I'm inside. So later on, there's also going to be a plug-in hybrid model coming for this one, and there's a diesel version as well. But we're going to focus on the petrol ones. Right. Let's have a look at it. A brown car guy. Brown car guy. Right. So let's check out the boot. Where is it? Here? Or oh, it's underneath here. So it's not quite the badge, it's under the badge. That is 652 liters of space with the seats up. Under here you have a floor, which is a very deep floor actually. And also this floor is removable, so you can actually just use the full space if you like, because that just comes out, as you can see. In fact, I can just put that down there. And there you go. That gives you the more space than you could possibly need, I reckon. There's a pocket here with a kind of divider, I think. So that comes out. That could give you more room on that side. Same goes for this side. Another divider. There's net in there. There's hooks. There's a light. There's levers here to drop the 60/40. Actually, I think it's sort of, yeah, 60/40 plus the middle bit as well. And then there's hooks as well. So that's quite handy. Pretty practical. Let's see what the rear passenger space is like. This is, oh, I've never seen that before. That's an interesting design on the floor mat. Quite unusual. There you go. There are the seats in the Tiguan, and hopefully I won't get it too dirty. It is a little bit wet outside. Here we are inside the Tiguan. This seat is set for me. It's a manual seat, so I did adjust that before I got into the back. So that's set for me. I'm 6'2", long legs, and tons of room, absolutely tons of room, loads of footroom as well. I mean, like loads, especially when you consider some of the latest cars that you get. I'm referencing EVs. This one, however, you know, I could do tap dancing in here if I wanted to, if I knew how to. That's how much space there are. We got pockets in here. We got vents. I'm guessing this is off at the moment, but it looks like it'll be heated rear seats. USB-Cs down there. You've got Isofix anchor points for the passenger front seat and for the rear. Very nice trim. This is sort of half leatherette and half sort of this card canvas material with this very nice pattern on it. And then you've got an armrest with, what is this? Oh, interesting. Look at that arrangement there for the cup holders. That's pretty clever, isn't it? Look at that. Quite nice. I like that. I'm easily pleased. Oh, look at that. Spent hours playing with that. There you go. Very nice back here. Very comfortable. Loads of headroom. Loads of, you know, quite reclined as well. You know, that's quite nice. What's it like in the front? Let's find out. Here we go into the front of the Tiguan. Here we are. Check this out. So this is actually quite a new interior in here. They've got a massive screen now. I think it's 15-inch screen and a 10 and a half, I think, inch central instrument panel here. Although, look at this. It's actually one panel here. all the way across. This lights up. We've got sort of lighting thing. I don't know if this one's got it, but certainly the top spec ones have got sort of lighting patterns and things like that embedded in there. You see there's a clock running on there. And this is the other big change that I mentioned. The gear lever now is here. So there's nothing down here. Instead here, you get this thing, which is, what did they call that? They had a special name for that, which I will tell you right this minute. And this was called the driving experience switch. So it kind of controls the infotainment system. So just to show you, if I press that down, if I push it down, that's what happens. I get the driver modes, you see? So sport, comfort, individual. And you can actually see on here, look at that. So actually you can see them coming up on here. That's quite remarkable. We'll leave it in comfort for now. Then you got volume. So that's just the volume, which is off at the moment. What else you got? So that's the two things that it gives you. So the starter button is down here. So foot on the brake, let's turn it on. Let's have a look what happens. There you go. It's on. A lot of stuff going on that screen over there. And on this screen over here, you got a Volkswagen Tiguan. This is obviously a press car. We're at a press event, and this has got routes and stuff in it. But you see, it's got all the icons. We actually looked at this sort of display when I reviewed the VW ID.7 recently. So I'll put the link for that as well somewhere. It's on my channel anyway, so you can go and check that out. But you can see it's all here. And then if you press this button here, then you get all the various settings and what have you. Parking. So one of the things that it's got, or one of the things that are now available from Volkswagen, is Park Assist Pro, which you can park your car by kind of remote control using your phone. And then once you parked in one place, say like you always park it in the same place at home, you can put that into the memory. So you'll just tell it to park in there and it will just do it because it knows which parking space it is. Like I said, there will be hybrid models, plug-in hybrid models coming later this year. By the way, they will have a range of 70 miles on EV alone, which is actually pretty substantial and will probably cover most people's daily commute very, very easily. Both this and the new Passat are based on the new MQB Evo platform, so that's the new one. Those are the main things really to remember. Did I mention that it was longer? 30mm longer in the wheelbase, and that you could see how much room there was at the back, so that's quite good. What else do we have here? We've got vents. We've got actually two, this one here. We've got two slots. Oh yeah, here we go. So we've got USBs down there as well, plugs, but you also got two wireless charging pads there as well. So pretty deep glove box. Over here, you got a very deep pocket actually here. I could put a bottle. Oh, you could put a bottle like that. So that's because it's got slanted floor there. There's a light switch there. Controls, again, this very nice. This is it's textured, so you can actually feel that. So it's not just in the glass, you can actually feel it. So you can, that's texture there, and here as well, you can feel it. All pretty straightforward. Steering wheel, remotes on the steering wheel, everything as you would expect. Like I said, this one's got a lot of options on it. So what I'll do, instead of running through those now, is that I'll put that on the screen and you can see what the options are. But I think the main thing to do, let's take it for a drive. Hey, are you enjoying this video? Then make sure you hit the like button. It's very important. Plus, comment, share, and make sure you're subscribing. Roll away protection is active. You can deactivate it once the vehicle is stationed and to press the brake pedal and release the parking brake. So basically it stops the car from moving. So it knows the car is on and it's not in gear, it's in neutral, but it stopped itself from moving. Anyway, let's put it into drive and let's set off. I'm on a driving route, so obviously there will be some interruptions from time to time. So I gotta figure out which way am I going out of here. This way, I think. So you probably hear the sat nav, but it's easier that way. Okay, so whilst I navigate my way out of this small village, and we'll catch up a little bit later on. So this is the petrol version. It's quite actually a familiar sounding Volkswagen engine, that, isn't it? It's kind of quite a reassuring little grunty thing. Guy's giving me way, that's pretty nice of him. So this should be interesting. Okay, let's punch it. Oh, a little bit of scrabble from the wheels. Gears are kicking in. I'm not even in sports mode actually. Let's go into sports mode. There you go. And should we try paddles? Let's try paddles for a bit. Because the DSG is a fantastic gearbox, let's be honest. If I want got one kick down. Yeah, 3. Oh, it's giving me 3. Here we go. So there you go, good performance. We're straight up to speed, no problem at all. A little bit of wind noise, a little bit of road roar, nothing too intrusive, not too bad at all. Good seating position up here, quite comfortable. High vantage point, of course, and not too rolly. I mean, actually the ride is actually picking up quite a bit from the surface. You can feel it. You can't hear it. I mean, it's very subdued, but you can just feel it a little bit. Of course, you want to be able to feel it a little bit. There's a little bit of movement up here, a little bit of sway left to right, but generally not too bad. Generally quite stable. We are moving at a little bit of speed, so there's a bit of there you go. Rough road surface there, so it sends a kind of shimmer through the body. It kind of sends a shimmer through it, so you can kind of feel it, and you know that it's there. I mean, I wouldn't say that it's vastly uncomfortable. It's just that, you know, you're well aware of it. Let's put it that way. But in terms of what you're getting here for an SUV, we're moving at a fair rate, pretty reassuring. You know, quite a lot of confidence in this. Brakes are good, well judged, instant, quite meaty. Steering's quite light, even in sports mode. Let me see if there's a difference between the sports mode and the comfort mode. Maybe slightly. Yeah, just slightly firms up, I think. Yeah, slightly firms up really. But it's good. I mean, we're on some nice roads here, and immediately, so on the brakes, turning in, good response. I mean, not too bad at all really for an SUV, for a family SUV, which is what this is. Again, you can just feather it on the brakes. Yeah, very little movement, very little input needed, but quite reassuring. Visibility is not too bad. At the front is a big open windscreen here, so you're well placed. You can see the fenders, certainly the right one. Actually, you can see the left one as well. So you can place the car very well without an issue. Out the back, the window is quite big there. So, and the headrests at the rear, pleasantly, aren't too obtrusive. They're staying quite low and out of the way, so it's not too bad actually. So that's not an issue at all. Wing mirrors, quite decent. Again, a few potholes here in this road. The weather's just been atrocious, isn't it? The weather is just eating up roads. That's what's happening. So massive mirror actually, and of course adjustable from here. Mirror in the middle here, it's got full bleed, so it goes right to the edge, which can be handy. So just threading our way through a little town at the moment, and again, just looking at how the car is. I mean, the Tiguan, you know, obviously, it's like I said, it's a little bit bigger this time around, but steadily these cars always get a little bit bigger, don't they? And so it's interesting to see how that impacts their maneuverability, their agility, their practicality around town. But so far, this is not proving an issue at all. Like I said, it's very easy to place the car because you can see the extremities of it. Even like, you know, there's a sort of fender flare at the rear of the car. So, you know, I mean, overall it's a good looking car. They've got kind of like a very generic Volkswagen face that's happening. It's on auto brake, so it just held there immediately. The moment I lifted off the brake, it just like it was holding. So it's got auto brake here. I don't know if you can deselect it probably from this button here, but it doesn't cause too much of an issue in terms of size. It's quite reasonable, and there's a lot of information on the instrument panel. You know, obviously you've got the speed, you've got the revs, but it takes a little bit of getting used to. You've got the speed limit that's being shown, you've got the actual speed that's being shown, you've got the radio display as well. You've got your miles per gallon, how long, you've got the computer trip meter, so how many miles, how many minutes, all of that information is there. It's giving you a range, 310 miles to refueling. So there's lots of information on the screen. I was in comfort mode there because I was going through the city, but we're back out onto some nice roads. So you know what, again, I like the fact that you can just tap it and then you can immediately select the mode, so that's quite good. The gear shift I see automatically goes into sports mode when you select sports from there. I'm not sure that has a huge amount of difference to the suspension. It's even giving you the warning triangle here that there are bends up ahead, so it's even showing you that piece of information on the screen in front of you. So small B road, there's a little bit of the intrusion of the driver assist systems on the steering, a little bit of vibration, a little bit of tug at the wheel as it's detecting the middle of the road. But obviously this is a B road and I'm trying to use more of the road here, so I'm finding myself in confrontation with those systems. If I had more time, I'd probably go through and switch them off, which is what I tend to do. Nice roads. It's very well composed. I mean, you know, for an SUV, when you think that this is a family car, and here I am just sort of chucking it around these B roads. I mean, not a huge speed, you know, but just being able to go, yep, enter into a corner and then get onto the throttle early, and it's absolutely fine. It composes itself, shoots out the corner. Not bad at all, really. Well, funnily enough, this not normally happens, but I went off route a little bit and I found a little bit of an off-road path. So here we are, kind of off-roading a little bit. I've just put in comfort, I haven't done anything else to it. And yeah, it seems to be coping really well. It's very slippery, it's very muddy, and it's just brought me, this sat-nav has just brought me to a complete dead end. So that's really so actually there's a reason that I by chance found a muddy path, is because there's nothing actually on this muddy path. There's nothing here, there's nowhere to go really from here, so it's just a dead end. Very good. But here you really get an idea of the ride. And again, if I put it into what's it doing now? Oh, okay, so it's gone into a different sort of thing there. Driver profiles. Why has it gone into driver profiles when I wanted the mode? It's giving me joy, minimal, energetic. It's giving me themes. Ah, here we go. So you can actually touch the top of the button. It's actually slide. So you can actually scroll through the options by just, you know, sliding your finger across them. That's really interesting. So we are in comfort. The road is better now, although it's a path. But if I do that again, so give me a good, yeah, definitely firmed up in sports. Yeah, you definitely don't want to be in sports. Yeah, so there was definitely a difference there now. It's very apparent. So best to just leave it in comfort for a road like this. Sounds good. Letting the gearbox do its own thing now. It's fairly good to respond, so you actually can just leave it there if you want to, or you can use the paddle shifts, which changes are quick and imperceptible. So either way, have your choice. So again, changing down, and they're giving you an indicator there as well, so another bit of information there. Won't go down to second, so there's a limit to what it will allow you to do, which is fair enough. But the changes themselves are straightforward, very quick, very snappy. They don't quite give you a jolt or anything like that. So again, this is not a sporty car. It's not necessarily a sporty car. It will keep up with that sort of stuff when you wanted to do it. But the main thing about this car is that it's a very easy car. It was a very easy car to drive, and it's a very comfortable car. And I think that's the key thing. Those are the key sort of factors of this car, which is of course what makes it so popular. I mean, at the end of the day, you're not going to mess with a formula that is selling very well, that is very popular, to a mass market. So it's got to have a mass market appeal, which means, and the held gear low, so I had to actually change it back up again. So yeah, so it's gone into full manual now, so I can go into 6. Beautiful here. But it's really, the idea is to make it as little effort as necessary on your part in order to get past in this car. And I think that that's actually what it's meant for. That's what it's meant to be. Not the cheapest car out there anymore, a Tiguan. I mean, you know, those are fairly substantial prices, but I guess, you know, there are the models in the range, so you check them out, see the prices, see what you think. But definitely, if you're looking for an SUV, a pretty comfortable, spacious, practical family SUV, definitely one to put on your shopping list. If you're moving up from an existing Tiguan to a new one, you will not be disappointed. Thanks so much. Catch you in the next review. Check this out, guys. It's my book. It's my first novel, and it's written for car fans like you. It's a fun political action thriller. It's full of cool cars and spectacular action. Get your copy now at Amazon.com.